In 1750, the King of Naples bought the fief of the Prince of Caserta, Michelangelo Gaetano di Sermoneta, with the aim of building a palace which was to be both the new royal residence and the political and administrative hub of his kingdom. When Charles of Bourbon left the Kingdom of Naples in 1759 to take his place on the throne of Spain, the first floor of the royal palace had already been built. The palace's facade was finished partly in travertine stone and partly in slender brickwork, and can now be admired with its horizontal layout comprising a rusticated base, a majestic composite order, and an attic with small windows beneath a balustraded cornice. The main staircase leads up from a ramp standing a few steps higher than the surrounding floor. The colourful marble and the overall architectural layout endow the building with a regal atmosphere and a stunning scenographic effect, which is accentuated by the sudden awareness of space which immediately strikes the visitor. From the intermediate landing, the visitor can take in the whole staircase and the octagonal peristyle, with its explosive dual interplay of light. The entrance to the royal apartments is magnificent. The lavish monumentality of the vestibule gives way to the sober elegance of the decorative partition walls that Vanvitelli had made in the first two halls, which are commonly known as the Hall of the Halberdiers and the Hall of the Bodyguards. The two halls originally housed the king's personal guards and marked the entrance into the private apartments. The throne room. The Great Hall was decorated under the supervision of the architect Gaetano Genovese. Although commissioned in 1838, work was not begun until 1844 and continued until the following August. The throne is made of gilded wood, with its arms carved into the shape of winged lions and with mermaids carved on the rear. The recent restoration work has also brought to light the ancient Bourbon blue upholstery, which was replaced in the Savoy age with red velvet. The long gallery with its columns and pillars leads to the Royal Caserta Park. In the background we can see the waterfall flowing down from Monte Briano to supply the Italian garden. The park was designed by Luigi Vanvitelli, who blended the ancient Renaissance garden of the Acquaviva princes with the natural features tamed by the hands of man. A narrow channel leads to the large fish pond, where the young princes enacted sea battles with their toy battleships. The long waterway from the Margherita fountain leads to the Dolphin Fountain, where water flows out of the mouths of sea monsters with lions' claws. After crossing a small lawn, we come to the monumental fountain dedicated to the wind god Aeolus. Again, following the waterway, we see the small waterfall of the Fountain of the Divine Ceres, the goddess of harvests, bearing a medallion engraved with the symbol of Sicily and the two Sicilian rivers, the Anapo and the Limeto. The last fountain recalls the myth of Diana and Actaeon. The hunter is transformed into a stag by Diana, angered because he was watching her as she bathed. The scene has a marked theatrical quality and is enacted on two rocks in the pool. This extraordinary example of an English or romantic garden is also a delightful walk, which makes the most of the lie of the land, the different perspectives, and the magnificence of the trees. A short distance from here we find the evocative location of the Venus bathing, where the bowed figure of the goddess, sculpted by Angelo Solari, hides among the natural architecture of the trees. The goddess is reflected in the clear waters of the pool, which flow down from a small waterfall. Leaving behind us the evocative scene of the English garden, we find ourselves beside a waterfall masked by an elegant balustrade embellished with statues of divinities, the work of the royal sculptors under the guidance of Gaetano Salomone. The waterfall is only one of the features of the Caroline Aqueduct, so strongly desired by King Charles and so cleverly created by Vanvitelli to give Naples and Caserta a more efficient water system. An extraordinary work of which Vanvitelli himself stated, "In this work it can truly be said that art not only fights nature, but defeats it and surpasses it."